Alright guys, now let us look at some examples on evaluating the derivative of exponential functions. So guys, I'm starting with this exponential function where e is raised to the power a quadratic polynomial. So guys, again, all the three formulas are written out right here. So we got to just see which one we have to use, and in twin form we have to use it to actually evaluate the derivative. Guys, we already know that the derivative of the exponential function is the exponential function itself, but then if the exponent is slightly more modified or it's a composition of functions, then one has to multiply by the derivative of that exponent, or I like to think of that as multiplying by the derivative of the inner. So guys, in this case, again, to find the dy over dx, I'm just going to rely on this first one, which is the second one, sorry, the derivative of an exponential function is the exponential function itself. So I'm going to just write e to the power x squared minus x plus 1. And then of course I have to multiply by the ln of e, but we know ln of e is just 1, so that's why we don't have to really write it. But then we also have to multiply by the derivative of this exponent, which you can also think of this as like a chain rule. I have already listed this here, but guys, I don't try to like really remember this. We're supposed to already know like how we have to work this out once we have a composition of functions. Automatically, with any composition, with any composite function, one has to use the chain rule. And now in this case, the inner is like the exponent, so we got to multiply by the derivative of that. So you have to multiply by d over dx of the inner, and I'm just writing it out here, trying to do it in 2 steps. So guys, once we write this out, then let us moving on, we can finally write the final derivative of this function. E to the power x squared minus x plus 1 stays, and we just have to write that, sorry, this is only the inner. This is only supposed to be x squared minus x plus 1 because we already took care of the e to the x squared minus x plus 1. It's just the x squared minus x plus 1. So we got to multiply by the derivative of that. There's 3 pieces. We simply have to use the power rule. Nothing really crazy here. So it's 2x minus 1. The derivative of 1 is 0, guys. Sometimes we also like to rewrite this as 2x minus 1 up front, the algebraic function in the front, and then e to the power x squared minus x plus 1. So guys, this right here is the derivative of this function. All we used was the idea of the fact that the derivative of an exponential function is the exponential function itself, but here there's a composition function, so one had to multiply by the derivative of the exponent, which was very easy to evaluate, and finally we have the derivative of this function. So guys, we started with the easier one. In my next examples, I'm going to show you a little more challenging ones. Till then guys, take care. I will see you next time.